He kawa nui, he kawa roa, he kawa tiki, he kawa ora, tēnei te ora ka whakapiki, tēnei te ora ka whakakake. Ke tau te ora kia tatau katoa haumi e, hui e, taiki e. This week on The Hui.
He talks fast.
You cut that bit out. Go again, 3, 2, 1, go.
But more to the point, he runs fast. And now he's off to the Olympics to be our fastest 1500-metre runner in the world.
One of my biggest life goals is to get an Olympic medal, and so it'll be pretty special.
And she's put her hat in the ring for the Tauranga Mayoral race.
We have an opportunity to completely flip the script on that.
We talk one-on-one with Ria Hall about her vision for the rohe. Plus, former New Zealand weightlifting champion Montel Tivoli is passing on his knowledge to the next generation of rangatahi Māori.
I understand the benefits of the sport, and now I want to give it back to our kids, and especially to our kura kaupapa Māori kids.
Te hunga kua nunumi kua whiriko kua taki atu rā I te ara namu ki tai ao haramai haere. Tā tau kei te pito ora, ti hea wa mauri ora, and welcome back to The Hui. The 1500 metres is one of the glamour events at the Olympic Games, and this year's event could feature a ngāpuhi. Sam Tanner is one of the country's bright hopes on the track at the Olympics in Paris later this year. And we caught up with Sam at home in Tauranga to find out what makes this fast-running, fast-talking Tanner tick.
Giving up is not even an option. I know I can dig 10% deeper. There's no excuse for me. How far can I push my body? Because I know I'm about to take myself through hell. It's so easy to just check out and then you lose the final.
Nickname?
Oh, Tanner or Crazy Man.
Young ngāpuhi athlete Sam Tanner, Crazy Man, is on track to become our fastest 1500-metre runner.
Kia ora team, Sam Tanner here, about to start the men's 1500-metre final.
Rising to prominence at the Birmingham Commonwealth Games in 2022.
We are in a golden era of high-performance sport in New Zealand.
I do want to mention in particular Sam Tanner. Sam had a massive personal best of 3 minutes 31 in the 1500 metres, the second fastest 1500 metres run by a New Zealander ever. And at 21 years of age represents a new generation of athletes who have emerged at this Games, giving us huge optimism for the future.
That future is here.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here for the athletics announcement of the athletes that will represent us at the Olympics in Paris.
Sam Tanner.
First of all, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
How do you feel?
Oh, pretty excited. Yeah, it's a true dream. Probably one of my biggest life goals is to get an Olympic medal, and so that'd be pretty special.
When he was just 18, Sam actually beat his childhood hero, Aotearoa's only two-time 1500-metre Olympic medalist, Nick Willis.
Suddenly I heard these little footsteps cutting behind me, and what do you know, Sam Tanner comes storming home in the last 50, so really excited to see Sam continue what will hopefully be the next great middle distance runner from New Zealand.
How important has he been as an inspiration, as a motivation for you?
Nick Willis has had a pretty special role in kind of my, I guess, eyesight towards the Olympics, and that's one of the reasons why I want to be a runner. Yeah, it's definitely pretty special to start to follow in his footsteps.
In his footsteps takes me to Sam's backyard beach in Papamoa.
Yeah, it's good there, eh?
Only one of us was prepared.
I feel like such a tosser walking in my red blazer and bling on.
Yeah, on the sand, eh? It's almost like you've either been to a beach. Yeah, I went surfing on Sunday, big swell.
Sam grew up surfing. That ocean fitness, a secret to his track success.
Maybe the surf is why you're such a calm, relaxed dude. I mean, is that why you are so relaxed as an athlete?
Surfing was always my outlet. So I used surfing just to clear my mind. You know, whenever I was stressed, I used surfing as like a bit of a break.
Now, OK, we're going to let you go.
Get out for a wave, eh?
Yeah. Is this going to be OK? Like, I'm worried.
Don't be worried, man. Look how small it is.
See, this is how inathletic I am. That looks big to me.
Yeah.
Besides the surf, Sam has another training superpower.
Something people may not know about you.
I'm a Christian.
How important is that?
It's pretty special to me. It helps the mind to kind of stay focused and be like, yep, this is what I'm called to do, this is what I'm part of and what I'm passionate about, and I know I'm going in the right direction. I know everybody's journey towards being relaxed before the race is different, but for me, part of it is faith, having a knowledge that, you know, I'm part of something greater, and then I can only control what I can control.
With the big day getting closer, what he can control is his daily gym workouts.
1500 final August 6th. You know, every day counts from here on, and we've got to be fit by August 6th. The body's feeling better and better. I'm not fast yet, I'm fit.
Okay.
So the next couple months is just focusing on getting the top end stuff ready.
Beside every winner, as they say, is a woman.
What's it like for your wife, for Melissa?
She's an awesome wife. She supports me in incredible ways. And yeah, she's just pretty committed to making my life as stress-free and fluid as possible. And, you know, like, if I have a little niggle, I'm like, babe, can you give me a Achilles rub, like, massage or something? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, legend. Don't have to go to the physio tomorrow. But, no, so she's amazing.
Melissa, Sam comes across as a cool dude who's relaxed and always happy. You're already laughing. But what's he really like?
I'd say that's actually pretty accurate.
Really?
Yeah, a good portion of the time, as long as he's run.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to see Sam in the afternoon if he hasn't run in the morning.
What's he like if he's not?
Hectic.
He's just got a lot of energy. He needs to burn it off.
What's it like, though, being with someone who, every 4 years, he's got this event and he's training for this event? I mean, it must be kind of interesting.
It's quite fun. We both really enjoy active living and being outside. Yeah, just getting out and doing stuff. But yeah, it's hard at the same time because you're probably going to spend a significant amount of time apart.
Yeah.
Just put a bit more dirt around it. Should be good.
Yeah, it gets pretty lonely.
Good work.
How important is it going to be to know that she's going to be in the crowd at the Olympics?
I can't describe how important it'll be to have them there. I race a million times better when I know that my family or people I care about are in the stands.
And all of New Zealand will be watching for something unique Sam will bring to that day.
You did it at the Commonwealth Games, the pukana. Why do you do that?
Athletics is not just about me, it's about making New Zealand proud, and so it's cool to stand on the start line, do a pukana and show, look, I'm a proud Kiwi, here I am, and bring some mana onto the start line too, because I'm Māori, and that's something that I can bring and show culturally on the start line.
He's going to make us proud on the world stage, but he's firmly grounded here. Te maiti no te kāinga, tauana ki te ao.
Yeah, we went to the beach the other day and for sunset, a little walk.
Look how calm the water is.
It was just the most perfect night. We're like, yep, even if we didn't have running or, you know, all the fame and success, it'd be a great life.
Yeah.
In fact, it might even be better.
Sam's man, go ngā puhi, tarokau I hoana e tāmarama, kan horai nei tetahi manuti ori. Hei kahika, mo te rohea Tauranga, we sit down with Ria Hall to discuss her bid to be the mayor for Tauranga. No mai anō e tā marama. She's a renowned singer-songwriter, a kaihaka, a master's student, and now a mayoral candidate. And as we found out, Ria Hall is more than ready and able to lead the city she grew up in. Ria Hall, tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe.
Thank you for your time. I'm not going to ask you why you're doing this. I'm going to ask you why you think you can win.
Because I'm relatable. And I think that that's fundamentally what people want to connect with. Relatability, the ability to articulate oneself well, communicate well, so that our communities across the board can see themselves in the person that they're voting for. My values stem from my whānau, and that too is an important component, for me anyway. No matter what I do, and no matter where I travel or where I go, that the integrity and the values that I bring from the perspective of my own whānau, hapu and iwi, always travel well with me. Just because I'm inherently Māori, just because I present Māori, wahine moko kauai, doesn't mean that that isn't relatable to people of other ethnicities. In fact, I think that's something that will probably galvanise people to look this way.
So here's the view people have of mayors. Old, male, white, conservative.
Yeah.
You're the complete antithesis of all of that, which leads people to suppose there's no way in Christendom you're going to win.
But isn't that an exciting prospect?
Yeah.
That I'm the antithesis of everything that the status quo has provided. And has it worked? Has the status quo worked for Tauranga over the last few iterations of council? Has it ever worked, in fact, for Tauranga? My answer to that would be, I don't think so. But now we have an opportunity to completely flip the script on that in someone like me.
You can action the things that this beautiful city, this beautiful place needs, right? So here's a couple of things straight off the bat. Infrastructure. Housing is a major issue. Employment's an issue. Youth is a major issue for this place. How are you going to fix those issues?
Well, I think a lot of the problem that has stemmed from not fixing those issues is that council hasn't listened properly to their constituents. They haven't been on the ground in the community listening, actively listening to what people actually want. And I understand that you're not always going to please everyone. You have to find a happy medium. So infrastructure, as you've outlined, abysmal here. Town planning for this place didn't account for the fact that we are an expanding, ever-expanding city.
Massive population growth.
Huge population.
Particularly Māori population.
Absolutely. And you can understand why this place is beautiful.
Yeah.
People want to move here. They want to bring up their families here. And I'd like to think that we can continue to do that, that we can continue to attract people to Tauranga because this place offers so much. It offers opportunity, it offers diversity, it offers inclusivity, it offers all those beautiful kind of buffers that make this place beautiful and a livable city. So there's lots to work on. My job is to ensure that the people are heard and act on what the people want, because that's our role.
But one of the biggest criticisms people will raise against your case to be mayor will be lack of experience. Doesn't have the experience.
Yep.
Hasn't worked on council. What's your response?
That's probably a good thing from my perspective because I'm not tainted by the old iterations of thinking that council has had previously. I come in with something dynamic, something fresh, a new way of doing things, a new way of moving. I would like to encourage people to take this as an opportunity, to have something that they've never had before in the way that we view leadership here in Tauranga, at the way that we position people here in Tauranga to make a difference. I feel like the time is now. And the time is upon us, which is why I threw my name into this kaupapa in the first place, because I knew that if there was going to be a time to bring about change in Tauranga, it was going to be at this election. And so, yeah, I put my hand up.
There's also, of course, the issue that you'll have to face if you are successful, is that you will have to lead not just on behalf of this place, but also work with national government. A government that I think clearly you might have a view on. In terms of its Māori policy.
Yeah.
That's going to be tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be as tricky as you enable it to be for yourself. I think that at the core of what I have to do is to advocate. Advocate for Tauranga, advocate for our relationships with central government. So I feel like I'm already front-footing the ability to have central government communicate effectively with us and vice versa. Yeah, there'll be struggles along the way, no doubt, but I think a lot of that is to track it as we go.
This government says it needs to move the dial. It needs to get things done and built. Could you work with a government that has the power of veto over projects and will look at fast-track legislation in a real and substantive way?
Well, I want to get the job done here in the moana. There's a myriad of problems here, and I want to get the job done. That's at the top of mind. I want to ensure that our advocating from Tauranga to central government is heard loud and clear. But I'm also unequivocally about the taiao, about our environment. We need to ensure that our housing is created with biodiversity in mind, because we want to keep Tauranga green, we want to keep it beautiful, we want to keep our impact on the taiao at a minimum.
How do you achieve that balance? Because there's a real need, the word intensification comes. How do you balance that?
Well, I think this is the beauty of being someone that's raised here in the moana with a different perspective. And when I say different, I mean from a mātauranga Māori perspective, how we keep the mana of the taiao intact, because that's the reason why people move here, really. If they're not from here, the reason that people move here and want to create their lives here and bring up their families here and play here and, you know, live out the rest of their days here is because we've got an incredibly beautiful environment that we want to look after. So that will always be at the forefront of the thinking. And mātauranga Māori is fundamental to our taiao.
How do you get turnout? Not just Māori turnout, because quite obviously, I think, you'd want a mandate not just from the wider community, but particularly from a Māori community for you as mayor. How do you get Māori turnout? We know we don't turn out to local government elections. How do you get young people to turn out?
We connect to them. We go to them.
How do you do that?
Well, we go to our kura. We hit the kura across Tauranga Moana. We go to the university. We're a university city. Got Waikato University here. We speak to our university students. We make it engaging. We do things that make our rangatahi want to engage in the process. And I think that that hasn't been, well, not in the history of Tauranga politics anyway. That hasn't been utilised to its fullest effect. And again, opportunity here to utilise what I have to its fullest effect in order to engage our young people, because our young people aren't being taught civics in schools. We need to, well, I'm in a position where I can encourage civic education, and I will. And I know the other kaitono Māori will as well.
You're doing your masters. You're still working on a couple of contracts.
Yep.
You're still a much sought-after entertainer, singer, whose talents as a songwriter are also much sought after. You're a mum of 3. So how does this work?
There's a lot of opportunity in that as well, because I can take my whānau for the ride. And I've always taken them on all my journeys, my entire whānau. I'm really good at time management because I have to be. I've been a business owner for most of my adult life. I've worked incredibly hard all of my adult life. I'm self-made. So I am pragmatic, I'm practical, I'm realistic too. I know that there's a few things on my plate there, but I know that I can time manage everything as I need to. And this mayoralty race requires my time, tauranga moana requires my time and attention, and so ka huri te kei o tēnei waka ki taku iwi, ki te hapori whānui o tauranga moana, I tēnei wā tonu.
You lost your father at quite a young age.
Yeah.
What do you think they/he would make of their girl standing for mayor, potentially being the mayor of the city of the Whānau Hall? What would they think?
I don't think he could actually fathom that his baby that he raised as a single father would be contesting the mayoralty of Tauranga. I think my tuakana are still coming to terms with this, but they know me well enough to know that if someone out of our whānau is going to do it, it's definitely going to be me. But I know Dad would be, yeah, he'd be incredibly proud. He'd be waving the Te Puna Perirako flag from here and there. So, yeah, it's a cool time. Yeah, he'd be stoked.
Tauranga moana, tauranga tangata kāpai e haere ake ana e te iwi. He mahi whakangungu tinana, whakangungu rangatahi anō hoki, Montel Tivoli. Māori in Te Reo Māori. Kia ora mai anō. For many who have not grown up in Te Ao Māori, the journey to reconnect to their identity can be a challenging one. Montel Tivoli isn't afraid of a challenge. He's been one of the best weightlifters in the world. But it took years of struggle before his work in the gym helped him to fully embrace Te Ao Māori. Mea nei te purongo, Handi Angelo Martin.
Weightlifting, CrossFit, in the gym, under the bar.
When I'm lifting, it's sort of a state of being free. And it's been a lifesaver since I picked up the bar. Kia ora, ko Montel Tivoli tōku ingoa. He uri tēnei, no Ngāti Parau, Ngāti Whātua ki Kaipara, no Hāmoa no Hoki. Every morning I do this. Look out into the beautiful roto. I was born here in New Zealand. At the age of 1, me and my whānau moved over to Australia. Spent most of my primary school years there. I hoki mai mātou ki Aotearoa when I was 11. Sort of feeling a bit disconnected to who I was. It was hard. Didn't even know I was Māori. I thought I was straight Samoan. All my friends were all Samoan Islanders. Come back to New Zealand, I was in all the Samoan units, so had a strong connection to my Samoan side, with my old man being Samoan.
Montel's perception of what it meant to be Māori was all negative.
I never seen being Māori as something cool or something I aspired to be. A lot of the decisions I made were based off my emotions of not knowing who I was.
At just 11 years old, he picked up a barbell.
Weightlifting to me has been a lifesaver. Coming up as a young'un, I used to use weightlifting as an escape from life's traumas. A lot of built-up feelings and emotions from all types of experiences that I went through as a kid, and letting myself unleash all of that trauma.
Within 2 years, he was representing Aotearoa at the Oceania Champs.
Their very first comp over in Oceania's in New Caledonia, my bro ended up getting gold and I got bronze. So not only was it, our first international comp, but we both podium. And over the next sort of 4 or 5 years, travelled the world doing weightlifting. Oceania Games, Pacific Games, Commonwealth Games. In every competition I medalled. My last international comp was actually the Commonwealth Champs. 17 years of age, I snatched 124 and I clean and jerked 165 kilos. Heaviest lift I have done is a 200 kilo jerk. I take pride in that because I know I'm the first Māori in New Zealand weightlifting history to ever do it.
But sporting success only concealed his struggle.
In high school, I was still very disconnected, sort of struggling to find out who I was, an Australian, a Samoan or a Māori. I couldn't quite nail that on the head. Woo! I took myself down to the marae, to the kapaka, and that was the first time I experienced Māoritanga.
Montel took a leap of faith, putting competitive weightlifting on the back burner and enrolled in a full immersion Te Reo Māori course.
Ka mutu ana te kura, ka haere ki te whare wānanga, ki te wānanga takiura, ki reira ako ai I te reo, me ona tikanga. Trying to change whakaaro Pākehā to whakaaro Māori. It was a tough year, but one of the best years I've ever had in terms of growing as a person and learning more about myself.
His real journey, a sacrifice that has paid off.
All these things I dreamed about all coming into fruition, so I feel like my whole world is fully immersed in Te Ao Māori now. Ware tonu ana.
Montel returned to weightlifting, but with a new goal.
Te whāinga ne, ka toratika, te hikinga, katoa. I'm at a point now where I understand the benefits of this sport, and now I want to give it back to our kids. And especially to our kura kaupapa Māori kids.
Every morning, you'll find Montel here at CrossFit Rotorua, training these rangatahi Māori.
These kids have belief in themselves now. They believe that they can do these kinds of movements.
Easy. Hi, bro.
CrossFit isn't easy. It's mentally tough and it's physically hard. So they're also building resilience within themselves. along with the resilience is the confidence.
They've been training under Montel for less than a year.
One thing we know for sure is Māori kids know who they are, where they come from. Where I feel like I'm an asset in terms of bringing weightlifting, and my teaching to our rangatahi Māori is providing another avenue or another opportunity to explore deeper into themselves.
He tohunga, he rangatira, he tangata ngā kaunui, ki ngā tamariki ki te tangata, tangata hāta kehi, ka hiahia ngā tamariki ki te mahi e nei mahi, āpua te ua.
With his own life transformed, Montel is now solely focused on the next generation.
Ko taku aranga matua I tēnei wā, kia whakatauira hia ki aku tamariki, me ngā rangatahi o te motu. Me whakapono ki a koe anō, me whakapono hoki ki tō tuakiritanga.
Tēnā koe. Well, that is us, Eti, with close out tonight's show. And New Zealand Music Month, we feature the whanaunga, singer-songwriter Anna Connington's new waiata katuare. Kia mau, ki te tūranga o taputapu Aotea haumi e, hui e, taiki e.
Huna noa tia e koe Ma te hā o taku I hoe Pū a whenua tia e koe Kia pānga wari noa tu kōraro tura kina mai ai ko koe Tai hoa koe e whai e tama kei hinga kei whara koe
Nā te puna whakatongarewa, te hui, I tautoko.